So we got more information about Aliens Fireteam Elite 2. Now during the Summer Games Fest of 2026, they had another play session to show off the game, and they revealed more upcoming changes. There was a group called LV1 Gaming who attended, they played the game, and here's the new stuff in AFE2. In terms of the story, the Alien 3 movie ends in the year 2179. You're going to see patches of armor that have the logo of USS OC. In the first game, the United Systems was being voted on, with the United Americas and the Three World Empire merging together. The United Systems military doesn't start until 2226, so in between that time period, you get to see how the companies come together. The first game took place in the year 2202, and the sequel, AFE2, takes place in 2207, so 5 years later. One of the new changes is about your character now having its own voice. Whereas in the first game, your character was just silent, and the only person speaking was the NPC that would talk to your character. They made changes to the ping system, where you place a marker somewhere, and if you're playing with bots, using the ping system is going to affect them also. Along with alpha and beta bots, they're also adding a new bot called Gamme. Like, if you ping a big alien, then your 3 bots will focus their damage on that big alien. So the ping system is useful if you're playing solo also. Or for example, if you want to cut open a door, just put a ping on the door and your bot does it for you. Also, the bots have their own method of attacking. Gamma is the one that runs in close with a shotgun, Beta will stay back to snipe from long range, and Alpha is the more mid-range bot. Another change they made is based on player feedback. The bots will no longer do friendly fire damage on higher difficulties to a player, because bots don't play like human players, and sometimes they just get in the way. So having no friendly fire damage from them could also help solo players on higher difficulties. They were listening to player feedback from the first game, and one big request was adding a 4th player for 4-player co-op. They made bots a bit smarter in this game. They will duck out of the way of your bullets, the crouch function adds another way to avoid friendly fire damage, and gives your team more room to shoot down these hallways. Another big change they made in this game is the way to join a session in progress, which means you can join a match that has already started. In the previous game, all players had to be in the lobby and you launch together. If someone left or lost connection, then you had to restart to get them back. Now this new feature lets you join a match after it already launched, and that's a good thing because some levels can take 15 to 20 minutes to complete, so getting your teammate to join you even halfway is good enough. They also made changes to the challenge card system. In the previous game, 3 players could select a challenge card, but only 1 was chosen. Now in AFE2, all 4 players can select their own challenge cards, and all 4 challenge cards will be used during gameplay, which makes it hard to balance, but this also means that harder difficulties might be a lot easier now. There's new damage types in the game. The 2 we had in the previous game was fire and electricity. In AFE2, they made changes to the fire damage. Like for example, if you see a pool of acid on the floor, just use a flamethrower to get rid of it much faster. They have 2 more elements in this new game. One of them is cryo, which we saw before. It just freezes enemies. When you shoot them during this frozen state, it will shatter for bonus damage. You can apply multiple effects on enemies at the same time, but not from one source. For example, you're going to find incendiary ammo packs for the pulse rifle, which adds fire damage. As your weapon reaches max level, you can unlock weapon traits. It's just something that makes your weapon better, but it's also shared by other weapons of the same type. The last one is something called overclocks, which is something that can seriously change how the weapon works. They don't explain too much about this, so I guess this could be endgame stuff. The game is coming out this summer, and it's going to have cross-platform co-op, so you can play with people on other platforms. That's it for this video. Leave a like on it, and I'll see you later.